Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for your December bonus reading. You have this To Be Fair card and this Flexible card. Both cards represent flexibility. So I think it would be a great time for you to be flexible in life. The To Be Fair card is kind of like justice, and it's about focusing on what works in life. But to be able to do that, we have to be flexible. We have to see that sometimes the way we want to accomplish something isn't always the way that we are going to accomplish something. So we have to be flexible enough to just pay attention and do what works. And that's what I would do here. You start with the Four of Wands. I'll show you in a second in your current general energies. The Four of Wands can represent marriage, of course, but this, number one, this isn't necessarily a love reading. There really isn't a lot of love cards yet. And every time I say that, the reading turns into a love reading when I clarify it. So there you go. But what I would say is I have seen a ton of commitment in the readings, meaning that the readings that I've been doing for this set of readings, for the bonus readings, have really been asking people, or really have been saying to people, like if there's something you want to accomplish, all you have to do is commit to it, and literally you will accomplish whatever it is. So I think we're really being asked to make sure that we commit to the things that we want to create or have or do or be in life. And all we have to do is make that commitment and we will be successful. I also feel that some of you are clearly about to finish something up, because the Four of Wands can represent completion. It can say that you're completing one thing and you're crossing through this threshold and you're kind of moving on to the next stage of your journey. And then you also have the Ten of Wands as your crossing energy. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. Personally, I really like the Ten of Wands because he's about to reach his home in the background of the card, and he's about to put those 10 wands down. So he is about to have a harvest in his life. And, again, I look at this card as a good thing, not a bad thing. He's about to experience a harvest that he has been hoping for. And so I feel for a lot of you that you are about to close something out, or you are about to finish something up in your life that maybe you've been working towards for a long time. And again, I think this will lead to a harvest. We see really good harvest cards here: Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So, really good stuff. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the area of what's on your mind, or in the area of your thoughts. So the Ace of Pentacles can represent thinking about an opportunity in the area of what's on your mind or in your thoughts. The Ace of Pentacles is usually something that we really have to nurture into existence. So that might be why you're just thinking about it right now, is because, again, the Ace of Pentacles can usually be something that we really, really have to pay attention to, that we really have to give good energy to. And again, that's why I kind of feel like you're just thinking about an opportunity or something that's coming in for you. In the area of your foundation, you have the Six of Wands. So really good. Again, I think whatever this opportunity is, the Four of Wands says, or Six of Wands, sorry, says that you will be successful. The Four of Wands says you will be successful if you make the commitment to seeing something through to the end. So I would make sure to do that. The Six of Wands, the message I'm getting off the Six of Wands in your reading is that the Six of Wands is trying to give you confidence. The Six of Wands, the story of this card is that this guy has been to war, so he's been through something very difficult, but now he's coming home and he's being celebrated for what he has been through. Because he went through something difficult, he gained a bunch of skills and, talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that can help him on anything that he's thinking about starting in the future. And then on top of that, we go to the Five of Cups, to the Knight of Pentacles here. And the Knight of Pentacles is kind of like, he is the card of overthinking. He's kind of not making a move. He's the only knight in the tarot that isn't making moves, but he needs to plant seeds in that field behind him and they will grow. So I think for a lot of you that you might be hesitating on a new beginning, or you might be questioning whether you should start something new or grow something new, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, thinking about growing. And I feel like the answer is yes, you should definitely start this new thing. Next, in the past, this is the energy of what you're moving past. You have this dark side moon, it says mystery on it. You have this moon, maybe it says intuition on it. So I think for a lot of you that there have been times where something is a mystery and you didn't trust your intuition. And I feel that you have just learned to trust your intuition with this energy. And especially with the Page of Pentacles, also coming up in the same area of the reading, the past. Again, this is the energy you're moving past. The Page of Pentacles would say that you are moving past a period of studiousness. He's the card of studiousness. He is the card of having learned from what he is about to go through. But again, coming up in the past position, it would say that you've already been through something that you have learned a lot from. And so I feel that this learning is going to be very beneficial for you, and it's going to lead to future success. And that's what you need to realize. Like, whatever battle you have gone through in the recent past is leading to something much better, is kind of what this reading is saying to me. I also do feel this could be new love coming in for you. So, I think for some of you, this could be actually like, it's not like a past person, but I feel for some of you, maybe someone has had their eye on you, and this could just be that new person that has their eye on you, and you're going to be probably meeting them in the future. What do you know? You cannot make this up. You have this card that says new love on it. It says a new romantic relationship is unfolding that will be deeply meaningful to you. So there you go. You have the Scarab Spirit. It says what appears unusable may still have great value if you look deeper. Yes, the Six of Wands. Again, there is definitely something about the skills that you have gained or the things that you have learned, and you might not be thinking that these challenges that you've been through are adding up to anything in your life. But I really feel that the whole entire reading is saying that the things you've been through, it's like you need to make sure to get the gold, as I always say, from the challenges that you've been through. And I think that's what this reading is trying to encourage you to do, Sagittarius. It's trying to get you to get the gold for what you've been through, but definitely also new love. Also, in the area of the very near future, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is a card of regrets and sadness. He's grieving the loss of something that he no longer enjoys, these 3 cups, or the spilt wine that is in front of him. And the story of this card is that he once enjoyed the taste of wine, but he doesn't any longer, and he is sad because he doesn't have something that can bring him joy again. But really, if he turns around and is grateful for the 2 cups, then he will get the bridge in the castle. So the solution to the Five of Cups is about being grateful for what you do have, and then you will get something much better, is basically what this says. So again, that Scarab Spirit says what seems unusable. What does it say? What appears unusable may still have great value if you look deeper. And I think the Five of Cups is, really that would be a good description of the Five of Cups, that, he needs to look deeper into these 2 cups. And when he turns around, he'll see the bridge in the castle. So he'll see that there's much more opportunity than he thinks exists. And, again, I think you need to realize that with the Five of Cups. In your outcome row here, you have the synchronicity card and this request card. I think you need to ask for synchronicities, right? Like, if you are looking for guidance, or if you're feeling lost or you're not sure what to do, sometimes I do think we have to ask the universe. Like, we just have to say, universe, I have no clue what I'm doing. I am looking for a sign. But then when you see a sign, you need to trust it. It's like, I cannot tell you how many readings I've done over the years where people are like, I asked for a sign and I saw 11 on 11 on the clock, but I wasn't sure if that was actually a sign. So I asked for another sign. It's like, eventually the universe gets tired, right? So I think if you see a sign, it's a sign. Take it as a sign. Take it as a synchronicity, and don't ask for another one. Take the first sign you see as a sign that you should move in that direction. Over the next few months, you have the Seven of Wands. I kind of feel like you're protecting your energy, which is fine. At the end of the year here, we have a bunch of retrogrades. Really, we don't clear the retrograde energy until after March of next year. We'll be in the Mars retrograde shadow until like March or something like that. So, again, we have a few months here where protecting yourself probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Putting up boundaries with people would also be a good idea with the Seven of Wands. Usually, the type of boundary that we draw with the Seven of Wands is we're kind of like drawing a line in the sand, which means we tell the universe, or we tell people, like, this is what I'm willing to accept in my life, and I'm not willing to accept anything below this point. So, those are the types of boundaries that I would be setting. And you can set those boundaries with yourself as well. It's kind of like setting a standard. You're saying to yourself, like, if you're working on a project, maybe you say to yourself, I'm going to give this 1 hour of focused attention every single day. And I think as long as you set that, that boundary or that standard for yourself, that you will start to see success. Seven of Wands, I always say that I really don't think we have to make big commitments with the universe. Like an hour of focused attention maybe is all you need, right? So you don't have to like put hours and hours and hours of work into things. I always tell people, like, I'm very much against the hustle culture where people are like, oh, you have to, grind your face off to be able to be successful. I know like a ton of successful people, and a lot of them do very little work. So, again, I don't think and on social media, they talk about all the work they do, right? So it's like one of those things where it's like, I think people say that they do a lot of work because they think they're supposed to say that they do a lot of work, but really they don't. So, success doesn't have to be hard. And I feel like the Seven of Wands is kind of saying that. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, this is the area of all relationships in your life. And of course, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. But that doesn't mean she's alone. She's in a position where she's keeping 6 pentacles for herself, and she has these 3 pentacles over here. And those 3 pentacles are what she's willing to give to, situations in her life, like people, places, and things. So she always keeps enough for herself. And, I think that's what this is saying. It's saying, like, it's perfectly fine for you to socialize, to date if you're looking for love, or to just go out and hang out with friends. But make sure that you are keeping enough energy for yourself so that you don't get burned out. I also do feel, again, that some of you might be maybe more, taking time for yourself more, which of course would be a good thing. She represents pre-Empress energy, and the Empress is all about self-care and, nurturing yourself and healing yourself. So I think that would be good with the Nine of Pentacles as well. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about planting seeds in this field behind you. He's the only knight that isn't moving. So he's playing it too safe, or, you can read him as being too cautious, and he needs to take a risk of getting started. And really, it's not a risk because he has these oak leaves on his helmet, and those oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. So he has everything he needs to be very successful. And I think you have everything you need, but you just have to plant those seeds. And again, it's a seed that you are already thinking about planting with the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever you're thinking about getting started on, I would just plant, take the first step. That's all you have to do. You have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a card of stability. I actually feel pretty good about this. This is showing up as your outcome. And the Four of Pentacles can definitely represent financial stability or creating more financial stability in your life. And yeah, that's it. Again, there is a certain level of independence here with the Nine of Pentacles. So you might be, spending more time on yourself, which I think is a good thing at the end of the year here, like I said, or for like the next few months, right? And I think you're doing this so that you can gather your resources, or so that you can increase your resources. And those resources could be anything. It could be time, effort, energy, whatever. With the Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Again, there is definitely something about flexibility in this reading. She needs to be flexible enough to realize that there is a new opportunity behind her on that new island. She is thinking this or that. She is thinking that she only has 2 options, but really she has a third option over here that could lead to much more success in her life. And I always say, this is my card of third place solutions. And so she needs to realize that there is another way she can do things in her life. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, Two of Wands is kind of funny because, something behind him is complete. This wand here stands on its own, and he's reaching forward to this new wand, and he has the whole world in his hands. So again, I think that some of you, like, either something has ended recently in your past, or maybe you're just thinking about having a new beginning or moving in a new direction. And that's exactly what I would do with the Two of Wands, is I would just, move in that new direction. The Two of Wands really is one of my cards that says, variety is the spice of life. That, getting out there and exploring the world and having new experiences is where you are going to experience the most growth and abundance. With the Six of Wands, you have the Moon card. Yeah, the Moon is about doubt, at least in your reading. I think that this is about doubting yourself and really needing to believe in yourself. So I feel like you need to believe in yourself more. This is part of the Fool's journey. When he starts the Moon, he needs to go from here to these mountains in the background. And the mountains can represent an obstacle, but the mountains also represent like an achievement or a certain level of success. And also the Moon is temporary. The Moon comes up, then the Moon goes down and the Sun comes up. So he will only be confused for a short period of time. And, really, this whole reading is saying that you have to start something new. Whenever we start something new, of course, we have no clue what we're doing. We have to learn. And I feel like the Page of Pentacles, of course, is saying that you have the ability to learn new things. And yeah, it might be a little confusing at first, but I feel you will figure it out. Yes, with the Page of Pentacles, same thing. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is confusion as well. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. But there are good things and bad things in these cups. So he is like imagining something that he wants to accomplish or something that he wants to create. And like I said, there are good things and bad things in those cups. But the whole point of the Seven of Cups is that he won't know what is going to happen until he gets started. He's just assuming that the outcome of whatever he's about to start is either going to be good or bad, which is always true. So he just needs to get started and find out. Funny enough, the Seven of Cups is also another one of my cards that says variety is a spice of life. So I think that, going on new adventures will produce variety for you. It will help you learn through new experiences. And I really feel this reading is encouraging you to learn through having experiences. With the Five of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. A lot of resistance in this reading. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a good reading, but there is a lot of resistance, right? We have these fives that are showing up here. And the Five of Wands is conflict or competition. So again, you might be thinking that if you start something new, that there is a lot of, you might be thinking that there's going to be a lot of competition, or maybe you can see the competition. But the Five of Wands is really, again, has a very easy solution. The solution is to learn from the competition and to not compare yourself to the competition. These people are using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So they are learning how to fight. And I think you've done a lot of learning through conflict. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Four of Swords. Yes, I mean, we basically have said this. It seems to me like it would be a really good time for you to rest, relax, recover, to heal on your own. In Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, again, drawing that line in the sand. The Four of Swords, he is hoping and praying for blessings. There's a person right here that's blessing this other person in the stained glass window. So I feel for a lot of you that there are certain blessings that you're hoping for, and maybe you need to protect your energy right now so that you can receive those blessings. Maybe you need to protect your belief system. And again, part of drawing a line in the sand is that we all have those people in our life that hate on our ideas or, don't really support our ideas necessarily. And usually those people are that way because they're afraid of losing us. And so those people, if you have those types of people in your life, that might be who you need to put boundaries up against. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Whole entire reading is about starting something new. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction. The Fool is also about taking the risk of looking foolish. This is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. So, again, a lot of you might be thinking about taking a leap of faith or a risk, and coming up in this area of the reading, it might be saying that you are afraid of what other people will think if you take this risk. So, again, I would say that really you should be focusing on yourself. If you feel like that you need to, take some sort of risk, like maybe you're thinking about starting a new job, or maybe you're thinking about moving or starting a new relationship. The Fool here is really saying you need to not care what other people think. I think you need to do something because you're prepared. The thing about the Fool is that he is over-prepared. He is about to go on this major long journey, but he only has this tiny little sack on his back. It says that he's about to go through the whole major arcana, but he has everything he needs right here between his two ears. So I think you are more than prepared. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Empress. Yep. Empress is total abundance. We had pre-Empress energy with the Nine of Pentacles right below it. The Empress is about self-care. The whole entire reading is saying that you are protecting your energy so that you can take better care of yourself, which I think is awesome. But the Empress is, again, total abundance. So whatever you're thinking about doing, I think is going to lead to a lot of success, of course. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups, again, is about getting the gold, like I said earlier, from the experiences and from the things that you've been through. He has tried to manifest things 3 times before, and now he's getting a new opportunity, but he isn't accepting it because he's been disappointed before. I think you need to realize that, again, you have learned enough to where you can easily turn whatever this is into whatever you want. So I think you need to trust the lessons you've learned, or you need to be trusting the things that you've been through. because again, you are prepared, you are ready. You have this appreciation card. Yeah, this is a card of gratitude. It's a card of appreciating the things that you have. This is a cornucopia, and the cornucopias represent abundance. So I feel for a lot of you that you could actually be creating a lot of abundance, or you could be getting abundance through appreciation. And again, we have the Nine of Pentacles, Empress, the Five of Cups. These are all cards of needing to be grateful or being grateful. You have this domination card. I feel like you will be dominating in the future. Again, if you face your fears, right? And I think you could be coming out on top here. Next, you have this originality card. I'm pretty sure like everyone had this card. We are in a very original time. We have Pluto and Aquarius, which is all about originality, original ideas, new ways of doing things. And that's what I would focus on with this originality card for sure. Next, you have this adaptability card. Yeah, we have to be flexible and adaptable. You have that flexibility card. I don't really think Sagittarius has a hard time being flexible, but again, if one way to do something doesn't work, just try something else. And finally, you have this speculation card. Some of you, not really love reading, but like I said at the beginning, but I do feel that there could be a little bit of love coming in for those of you that want it. And, it feels like speculation. It feels like you're meeting a person and you're just saying like, I wonder what would happen if I ended up with this person. So, it might be one of those things where with the Page of Pentacles, maybe you're learning a new person or you're taking your time, which is a good thing. But overall, I really like this reading for you, Sag. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.